Good day, viewers. Welcome to your favorite program, PORTGIST and Event on TV. PORTGIST and Event on TV has been your weekly program where we give you news in the industry, maritime, aviation sector, as well as our land border. On today's episode of PORTGIST and Event on TV, federal government removes import duty on medical equipment for institutions. PTML stakeholder met to chart a new course on cargo clearance. We'll give you update on federal operations units. The last one-on-one chat we have with the controller of FOU, controller Nu IM, and we'll give you CFAX update. This and many more will come your way. My name's Fine Toka Collins.
Oh yes, this is Stars Maritime Academy, our foremost private maritime institute running courses in marine engineering, marine electrical, nautical science, as well as shipping management. Our auxiliary courses are workshop technology for 3 months, mandatory course for 1 to 2 months, ship familiarization for 3 months, as well as sea training for 3 months. At Stars Maritime Academy, we groom future professionals in maritime operations with our mechanical workshop, electrical electronics workshop, welding and fabrication workshop, updated library, computer room, sick bay, conference hall, chat room, spacious parade ground, as well as serene environment on over 7 acres of land. Admission is on now into Voyage 1, Voyage 2 and 3, as well as Voyage 4. For further inquiries, contact the registrar, Stars Maritime Academy, along Ayobo Road, Itilogun State. Telephone 005-621-2451, 006-150-9740, or 01730-0463, or 01891-3549. You can visit our website on www.starsmaritime.com or email us on info@starsmaritime.com. Stars Maritime Academy, a rising star in maritime professionalism.
The federal government has removed import duty on importation of medical equipment for institutions. The intention and aim of the federal government is to ensure that they encourage medical doctors in diaspora to come and invest in Nigeria so that the health sector will improve, and this will give us a world-class facility in our health sector in Nigeria. And don't forget that before now, the duties on medical equipment ranges from 10%, 20 to 30%. From this announcement by the Minister of Health, Professor Onyebuchi Chukuma, meaning that those that are importing for personal, private use and institutional will no more pay duty on medical equipment. However, those that are still importing for commercial purposes will still pay duties to federal government. Last week we told you there was a face-off between licensed customs agents and customs officers in PTML, that is the Port Terminal Multi-Services Limited, one of the build, own and transfer in Tinkan Island. We spoke to the chairman of that chapter, Prince Bola Adeshokon, immediately after the crisis, and these are his responses on what actually happened and what led to the face-off.
Not our member. It's a mistake for anybody to be saying Anaka member or Naga member. I kept telling them, we have so many associations in the port. But why we identify our member is when we look our record of our member, you are not there, they are not our member. Because we have our record of all our members as Anaka. Simply because there is a warning from the national president of Anaka, you must register all your members so that whatever happens, you know your member. And that's why we have all registered number of our members. They are not our member at all.
Okay. But what the PRO said was that, or from the custom side, was that you claim that they brought paper for you to help them to clear some of their goods or something like that, and they dropped their phone number as well.
Why we did that? We didn't even intend to do that. It is when the fracas occurred, then the controller, the CAC came there and instructed us to go and find out what happened. And really, that very day, I was with the installation man, Jack, in the morning. After I did my normal duty with him, we cracked a joke together and went out, which you can even easily confirm. And the joke is that I am your special advisor. Hand over to you by the former DC coalition, Alana. Then we cracked that joke, I left. I came back to my house. Not quite 7 minutes. He sent somebody to me, he sent a woman to me that I should come. There's a little fight there. I said, who is that fighting? Then as a chamber of the area, I think stood up and went there. When I got there, I saw them shouting, where's my money? If you cannot do my work, you return my money. You did. I said, what? Okay, everybody leave this place first. Before I can even attend to you, leave this place. Then, all of them came outside. I asked them one by one. One of them said the GC coalition took money from him, that he will not give him DN again. He didn't give him the DN, he didn't do his job, he didn't return the money. The second one, the third one, the fourth one. I said, okay, I want to have an evidence. I want to have an evidence. Can you give me your evidence? And they gave me their paper one by one. Okay, if that should be the case, write your name at the back of the paper. These are the names here. Then write your phone number there. They wrote it. And I said, okay, what you did is wrong. What you did is wrong. We don't allow anybody. And where are you from? Some of them, are you an ANCA member? Let me see your ID card. You are not an ANCA ID card. Are you NAGAV ID card? Just to are divided. They are not NAGAV member. You are just an agent. But even if I told you an agent, we don't behave like that. Because this is not garage. I told them like that. Next time, anything happen within you and your custom, we are here. ANCA executive are here. NAGAV executive are here. Even though your executive is not around, then we are here. Simply because of stakeholders. That's what happened that day.
That was Prince Bola Adeshokon, the chairman of ANCA in PTML. In view of that, the various stakeholders in the ports, PTML, met to chart a new course on cargo clearance and what are actually the problems facing licensed customs agents and what are their challenges. Representing the controller of customs is the PRO of the command, Superintendent of Customs, Steve Okoma, while Alaji Keshiro represented the Grimadi, that is the terminal owners in PTML.
How do you go about this? That is why I've always advised those who care to listen that we should please glorify this job. I will appreciate if after today we can have a kind of steps to be taken before you can become a broker, so that will give the assurance to anybody who is going to deal with a broker that yes, I'm dealing with somebody who is trusted. Because why am I saying this? When I was in my tour, I saw a situation where somebody who was working in my tour garage, his brother sent a vehicle. He said, please go and collect that vehicle. We have with my agents. 4 days after the vehicle went out, that man in the garage came back and was looking for documents to work as a broker. Do you understand me? These are the kind of people that tarnish the image of the brokers. You call this forum for us to tell ourselves the truth. And I think I'm just telling you a little bit of the truth. So, the CSC is so happy that this new innovation is starting today. And that is why he has sent a high-ranking officer in the person of assistant controller to this place. Because himself, you know his schedule is a little bit tight. So please, like your people said, let all that is worrying you, please let it out today. So that after today, we can have a new beginning. TML management. It is really the wish of my MD to be here. To those of you who have invited my MD, you acknowledge is somebody that always wants to share knowledge with everybody. We may disagree on approach, but the most important thing is that we have a common cause to pursue. And it's on this note that I want to commend the organizers, I want to commend the attendees, and I want to implore you that let us take something away from here. We are coming to tell ourselves the truth, but I want to believe first and foremost, I look at this as a training opportunity. Because there are a couple of things that we hear in terms of rumor, but I'm sure the executive will use this opportunity to clarify. My role here is to learn. I'm a student, so I'm just going to sit quietly and listen so that I can learn from those of you who are practical men on the field. I have always been benefiting. Each time I interact with a lot of you, I take something away.
However, during the stakeholders meeting, there are various allegations and comments from licensed customs agents, ranges from lack of uniformity in duty collections in various seaports in the country, and the need to dialogue so that a new cost will be charged in the command.
When customs, for instance, Volkswagen bus of 1980 model, if in Warri you give 40,000 as duty, it should be 40,000 in Lagos. It should be the same thing everywhere. Because the importers of this consignment, they are Nigerians. If you collect 40,000 from me elsewhere, another Nigerian, you charge him 50,000. That's an injustice on the highest level. Uniform means uniformity. Good job. Be honest to ourselves. They are self-centered people. They are after their self-interest. Our so-called leaders, myself is included. I'm part of them. I'm part of them. You understand me? So they don't command any respect either from the customs or from the shipping company. That's why we are dragging around like this. The first time the man wanted to introduce that ID card, myself and some other guys, concerned agents, we wrote a petition. And I went personally to our chairman, say we should not allow this thing to happen. We have Ankla identity card. But to my best knowledge, they said they have the right to do anything they like. Why do they have the right to do anything they like? Are we not a stakeholder too? That's another problem. Then we are talking what is going on here now. We cannot, in fact, they are stabilizing the federal government of 48 hours. Civil company are stabilizing, customers are stabilizing the federal government 48 hours clearing. We should understand that. We cannot clear for 48 hours now. Before we are spending 3 days, but now it's 6 days. Every day we are reprinting and reprinting and reprinting. We are paying and paying and paying. If you go to our chairman, will say they have the right to do anything they like. Have we thought out
that this profession is a profession of pride, the custom broker? Go to America, go to anywhere. We are the beginning of the job and the end of the job. We take the maximum risk associated with import and export. Without being trusted, absolute trust, there is no importer that will hand over his consignment that worth millions of naira without having access to the consignment. You will be handed over just the shipping document and be expected to deliver to the appointed warehouse or anywhere that is being agreed upon. And on this, I want us to be looked holistically that a custom broker will have an entry barrier. I think it's the duty of our leaders to work on that. There must be entry barrier. There must be certain level of qualification, either by training or by other ways of ascertaining the person that is fit to be a custom broker. I could remember, if a custom officer retires, ultimately he will become a custom broker. If a shipping company practitioner retires, he will become a customs agent. If a what is it called? Terminal operators, shipping companies, SSS that has already tested the system in the port, most times they become a custom agent. A pointer is this: in March, a daily paper, Punch precisely, quoted our PRO to have cleared for a pastor from his own community. That issue became a serious crisis. I think they went to court and it's in the Punch. I'm not saying this as Sulaiman, but I'm quoting what is rightly mentioned in Punch of March this year. It's a daily paper. That is to tell you, custom even benefit our profession more than us.
Meanwhile, the risk lies on us. If anything mix from a consignment, from a vehicle, the next person an importer will ask is, where is my clearing agent? It should be locked up.
To the customs, at the same time to the shipping company. The shipping company have brought in a system they don't even understand at all. I'm working in PCML. If I have a job in Think and There, I should be identified if I'm an agent and I know what I'm doing. I have my documents, I have an ID card to be an agent. I should be allowed to do my job. But in a situation whereby you don't have that pass of that shipping company, yeah, they won't allow you in. That is not proper. Now we are being turned to fools. They will come up, they will wake up one day and say, this is the system we want to start using now, without even telling us, which is not proper. At the end of the day, they will get themselves confused, they will get the customs confused, they will even get the agents confused.
The Public Relations Officer of the Customs in PTML, Superintendent of Customs Steve Okoma, promised to take the various comments from licensed customs agents to the controller of customs in charge of that command, who will ensure that the various allegations and differences is sorted out.
The world has indeed become a commercial global village. Nigeria, the West Coast and South Africa have become every shipper's destinations of delight. To meet this growing need, we present the CFAX Group of Companies, a maritime one-stop shop with subsidiaries on the West Coast, London and Texas, USA. With our well-trained and courteous staff, high-tech cranes, stevedoring services, haulage trucks with mileage across Nigeria and abroad, and our utility bonded terminals, we are indeed Nigeria's leading cargo handlers. CFAX Group of Companies. Our team work with innovation.
Meanwhile, on our CFAX update today, the Managing Director of Port and Cargo, Mr. Jeggins, who is a Briton, invited press during the week and rolled out the various achievements that the terminal has actually achieved during the year, particularly acquiring new handling equipment such as Liba Harbor equipment, rubber tire gantry equipment, and many other equipment. Mr. Jeggins.
Equipment here. I think my MD should take over this position.
Okay, well, we have a large amount of equipment. You can see we have, for our haulage department, we have 35 trucks. Well, we have some other trucks in addition to that, third-party trucks that we use. We probably have about 50 trucks. Forklifts, showing 5 forklifts. We have far more than that. We have some in the region of about 15 forklifts, not 5. This was done earlier. Just to be our main office is down the far end. That's no longer there. We've demolished half the shed. So this is no longer there, and half of this is no longer there. And over here is exactly our examination base. So over here is where we carry out the physical examination of containers. So this is exactly correct. Where it shows 4 containers, what that means is that we have an address for 14,000 laden containers. An address is a slot where a container goes. So we have an address for 14,000 TEUs, that's our storage capacity. We also have 4 export containers. We have a stack for 1,050 TEUs of laden export containers. We have a stack for 2,400 TEUs of empty containers. And for the, I'm sure you all know, but a TEU means a 20-foot equivalent unit. So when you refer to a TEU, that means a 20-foot container for equivalent. And of course the reefer plugs we have is actually 103. We have 103 reefer plugs. We can actually get more containers than that in here, but at the moment we're trying to operate everything in an orderly fashion. We don't want the terminal to become congested. We want to be able to deliver the containers efficiently. And so this is our capacity. But if we wanted, we could probably put another 2,000 or 3,000 TEUs in there. But this is what gives us a good operating efficiency with this amount of containers that we store in the terminal.
The Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, a member of the CFAX Group, is a reputable aviation handling company that provides a well-structured, value-added, customer-friendly passenger handling services. We offer first-class ramp handling services. Our cargo handling services is famed for an impressive record of consistent efficiency as tons of freight are handled daily with operational ease. Other services include aviation security, baggage reconciliation to ensure safety of passengers' baggage. We also operate charter flight operations. At the Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, SACOR, we make a lasting and favorable impression on passengers and invariably our clients.
On our personality segment last week, we gave you the customs controller in charge of Federal Operations Unit, Controller No Ahem. We ever promised to give you a concluding part of the personality chart today.
Looking at the Customs and Excise Management Act, Section 77, did say that if you signal smugglers, you allow smugglers to enter, and you assist smugglers to avoid Nigerian Customs Service arrest, and it's punishable under law. All your former predecessors have now actually been telling Nigerians that these things, because some of them are doing it ignorantly, although there is no ignorance before the law. Your administration, what are you doing towards this area? It's sensitizing them that you don't need to assist smugglers, or you don't need to tell smugglers that Nigerian Customs Patrol van is on this road.
Yeah, you see, it's just like I had mentioned earlier on. What you are talking about, Section 77 is aiding and abetting.
Exactly.
Now, that is also a very serious offense. And how are we tackling it? We are tackling this one through this stakeholder education that we engage ourselves in continuously. I've earlier told you that our operatives interact with the community on a weekly basis. What do? Is to educate them the do's and don'ts. They are all responsibilities, our own responsibilities. We let them know that please, in any way you assist the smuggler, you are also guilty of smuggling. Because if you don't assist him, he will succeed.
Definitely.
So if you connive with him, you are also a guilty party. Therefore, the advice is, please, if you assist the smuggler in any way, whether directly or indirectly, you are committing an offense.
Exactly.
And if you are caught, you will be taken to court. And if you are found guilty, you will be jailed.
Exactly.
You may think that, but I am not smuggling. Yeah, but you are helping a smuggler.
Exactly.
And if you are helping a smuggler to succeed, then you are equally smuggling.
That's conspiracy.
That's conspiracy. And then you will not go scot-free if you go to court.
Yeah.
Therefore, and like you said earlier on, ignorance is not an excuse.
It's not.
So we'll continue to educate the public. Don't do what you are not supposed to do.
Yeah.
If you do it, you stand the risk of being punished.
Exactly. Thank you, Controller. We want Nigerians to know that part of what Section 77 is saying, that even if you send a text, you are conspiring to smuggler, and it's punishable under the law of the Federation of this country, particularly under the Customs and Excise Management Act. You may be found wanting and found guilty rather, and you go to jail. And you know what that means. That is why we want to encourage every Nigerian to be patriotic, ensure that you assist this particular administration of the FO unit, the controller in charge of FO unit, to give us better service. It is when you stop smuggling that the federal government will be able to meet the various basic amenities that they are supposed to give us.
And this is how far we can go on today's episode of PORTGIST and Event on TV. Don't forget, you can reach us on our email addresses, collins_farinto@yahoo.com. You can also watch our previous episode on YouTube. Just click on PORTGIST on TV. Until next week, bye bye.